That means if you're looking to pick up these beautiful Rastelli Filet Mignons, over 30,000 have already been spoken for on the day. That means in this show alone, 12,000 have been ordered, and you're looking at a 5-ounce Black Angus Reserve Collection filet from Rastelli Meats, a company that's been in business now for almost 47 years. Ray Rastelli is here, the man that makes it all happen from Rastelli Meats, and we're super excited about this one. As I load these up with a little extra herb butter here, Mr. Rastelli, talk to us about the filet and what makes yours so special.
So what makes this filet just so special, David, it's from our Reserve Collection, which means this is Black Angus beef. This is Black Angus beef that only 4% of all the Black Angus cattle in this United States actually qualifies for this kind of steak. It means the marbleization is incredible. It means it's got beautiful conformation and beautiful color. And then of course, when we get that, David, home or back to our butcher shop, we basically are aging that for 45 days, hand trimming it, taking every ounce of fat off of that steak.
Now, I'm going to do what we always do, cut one of these right in half and show you something spectacular. Now take a look inside. This is the filet. Oh
my goodness.
Okay. All right, boys and girls, there it is. Look at all of that beautiful, tender, juicy goodness. And then here comes the waterfall of butter. The waterfall of garlic, roasted garlic herb butter.
Oh, look, there it is.
There it is. Boys and girls, hello. Oh, that's so beautiful. That is just absolutely gorgeous. What we don't want you to do is miss out on this opportunity, because everybody is realizing I can have this same kind of situation. Look at that butter. Okay, can we just take a moment and just enjoy that for a second? I mean, hello. And see where it's pooling down below? That steak is now sitting in all that herb butter and it's reabsorbing it. So every bite is going to taste, wait for it, like butter. Like beautiful king of all steaks butter. Look, oh, here it comes. Geronimo! Oh my gracious, look at that. And that is a thing of beauty.
It's all those herbs, it's roasted garlic in there. We've got some just the flavors that come out of this are incredible, and there's that seasoning. Don't forget, you're getting our signature seasoning right on top. You can put it on your steak. If you choose not to use butter, then just try the seasoning on top there. But I will tell you, here it comes, David.
Here it comes.
There
Avalanche.
it goes.
Oh,
that's what that's supposed
Come on
to
now.
do. It doesn't get any better.
I don't know what
than
else
that.
I can say or do or show you to make you excited about this. This is pretty spectacular. Let's go over to the butcher block, because Ray loves to show us. Let me show you ship weeks real quickly, then we'll go over to Ray. This is the 10 5-ouncers that you're going to receive. Now, you can do with an immediate ship, and immediate ship has been very popular today. Also, the week of November 14th, which is now well over half gone. We began the day with 12,000 of that ship week alone. I have 5,000 remaining. And the week of December the 12th, brought in 24,000 of that ship week, and I have about 11,600 remaining. It's going very quickly. What we don't want you to do is miss out on this opportunity, and we're going to bring you something spectacular. As these continue to melt and get gorgeous, we're about to run off the end of my board there, so I sopped up a little juice. Let's go over to the butcher block, because this is where Ray likes to show you the raw product and how it comes together.
So important to understand where your food comes from, where your meat comes from. Well, this is Black Angus beef. These are small family farmers that I have worked with for over 45 years. That means I can trust them. It means you can trust your butcher. I want to make sure that when you get these fillets home, you get the most tender, most velvety touched flavor you could ever have. So we start with this beautiful filet mignon. Now you'll notice we've taken every ounce of fat off it, every ounce of any nerve or sinew or any gristle. And then we take this head portion and we push that aside, and we take this tail side and push that aside. And this is what you're getting. You're getting just the center cut that we have aged for 45 days. That's an aging process that's all natural, and that aging process, what it does is it takes the enzymes and the proteins, and they actually have a tussle for about 45 days, and that's what helps to break down all of the fibers inside it. It makes it incredibly tender, but I want you to see what the steak looks like on the inside, because it's really where this is what makes the steak. Look at that marbleization. That's meat candy.
Oh, boy, is that ever.
That tells me I'm going to have a steak like no other. And you won't find any fat. That's not fat, that's marbleization. But look at the outside of this steak, right? Look how thick it is. There is no fat on this steak, not anywhere. And here's the other side of it. It's just as marbled. And every steak is that way. I mean, just look at how beautiful these steaks are. So to me, I wanted to make sure the holidays are here. I wanted to make it simple. I want to make sure we gave you something that when you give it to your guest, because you deserve the reserve, that when you give it to your guest, they're going to sit down, they're going to smile, and at the end of that meal, they're going to thank you for something they've never, ever tasted before.
Boy, are they ever. And I can tell you, delightful, delicious, and melt in your mouth. Here we go. Really fantastic. I have eaten probably the equivalent of 7 steaks today. But it is really marvelous because it's all lean protein. This is something that is super trimmed. I mean, when you say trimmed, Ray, you're not kidding.
No, it is, yes, as we say in the business, it's trimmed like a grape. There is not an ounce of fat on here. And when you talk about lean, David, you know, lean is good, especially if it's tender. And that's what makes this filet mignon really the king of all steaks. I mean, look at
that.
Look at what comes out. And you won't notice any fat at all. All you're going to see is beautiful marble. The marbleization you saw in that filet when it was raw is what you see actually being juicing out of that filet. Now, always like to take these fillets and let them rest for a good 8 minutes or so. And what you'll get is you'll get this juice staying inside that filet until you bite into it. And that's when you'll get all that flavor.
All right, so let me cut open this other one. Try to get all the way through it. Hello.
Oh my goodness.
But wait, let's get a little crazy and hit it with a little more butter. Why? Because we can. There it is. And that butter's going to, look, it's immediately starting to melt. This butter is a roasted garlic herb compound butter. And as it begins to melt, that pool of butter is going to very soon overflow its banks. And it's going to head down the side of that filet, making it oh so perfect and delicious. Look at that, the whole butter mound is moving because it's beginning to melt. And there it comes. Right,
oh, that is absolutely beautiful. And you know, the filet is so tender and it's so porous that butter just melts right into it. Not just on the outside, but it actually melts right into that filet. So every single bite that you take is going to be incredibly flavorful, but it's going to be tender and it's lean, which means you're not going to bite into any gristle or any fat. And that's a work of art, David. That's a work of art.
I have to say,
yes.
I hope you will have a talk with every other host that presents this later today.
That is a work of art.
And tell them they need to do just this. They need to cut it in half, put a dollop of that butter on there, and then ask our director to come in very close.
That is absolutely
If that doesn't make you hungry, your eyes are closed. Open them up, we'll wait. Come on now, everybody. And look at that. And then you hit that with a little seasoning if you choose. You probably hit it with a little seasoning before you cooked it, but look at this.
I mean, that really is a work of art. It's almost too pretty to eat, but it smells so good that you're going to want to jump
Oh yeah, you're going to want to eat
it,
that.
right?
Yeah, you're not going to let this one go to waste. Look at how beautiful that is. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We are very, very busy on our phone lines. Lots of you are making your choice now, and this has been so popular today. Let's put our ship weeks back on the screen. 30,700 for the day. Well over 12,000 in this show. Now we're over half gone for the day, Ray. And I know you have a full hour coming up at 4. Plus you have Gourmet Holiday from 6 to 8.
We do.
So who knows if it'll last past that.
Get it now.
We brought in 60,000 for the day. If you want immediately, I have 12,850, but these are going very quickly. If you want it November 14th, 4,900 remain, and December the 12th, 11,400. Those numbers may sound big, but remember this is Sunday, the most watched day of the week at QVC.
Yes.
Which means the busiest shopping day of the week. And this price will go away at the end of the day today, meaning tonight at $11.59. Don't miss out on this opportunity as we bring you something extraordinary, something that is going to truly earn its name, the king of all steaks. You're getting 10 5-ounce steaks, all individually wrapped, frozen. You get a packet of the Rastelli Signature Seasoning Blend, and you get this marvelous tub of roasted garlic herb butter. When you open your box of frozen steaks, this little tub will be inside, rock hard frozen. Take it out, put it in the fridge, and leave it there until you're ready to serve, because that will help it soften up. I took the butter out yesterday when I made these for my dinner. I took the butter out about an hour before dinner to let it get really nice and soft.
Yeah, you know, I've used that butter on certainly garlic bread. It's really simple. I don't have to worry. I just spread it on the bread, pop it in the oven. You see it on the steaks, but potatoes, vegetables, there's so many things you can do with it. And it's real roasted garlic butter. And it's got no artificial anything other than real food. And that's what we came. Because David, I've got something here that I talked to you a little bit about earlier. You can smell it. You can smell that bacon. So what I did earlier, we actually did some compound butter. And I'm going to lower this just a hair. We did some compound butter in there, and we actually seared our steaks before we put it in the oven. And all of that that specific recipe is actually in the booklet that you're going to get. But what I did here was I took some bacon, and I wanted to get that bacon good and crisp, and I wanted to get my fillets to actually render. Seasoning on the outside. There you go. And what's happening is those fillets are actually searing in that bacon rendering. Now, I talk to you all the time about the filet being so porous. And porous means it just absorbs any flavors you give it. And David, I know you're a bacon lover, so I thought, you know what better than to take this, and this is how simple it is. I just put these strips of bacon in here. I've got my bacon rendering, and now I'm just gonna take my bacon, I'm gonna fold it over. Just gonna fold it over on each side.
Just a little bit of heaven right there.
Simple as that, right? That's how easy that is. And then I'm just gonna go and flip this filet over, and I want you to see the sear that we've got on this filet. Now, once we're done doing this, and this only, as you can see, it only takes a matter of a few minutes, I'm then gonna take this bacon wrapped filet and I'm gonna put it into my oven at 350 degrees. And look at how beautiful that is. Oh. Now, once it goes in the oven, David, at 350, it's gonna take about 5 minutes. But all that beautiful bacon rendering is actually what it's doing. I'm gonna set this here for now.
All right.
It's actually giving us the flavor I wanted to pick up from there. So here's a couple that we just finished.
Look at that.
I'm gonna cut into that, and you're gonna be able to taste an incredible filet. What you're really gonna taste is a filet that's been infused with this bacon. So,
and it looks like, and it smells like hickory smoked bacon.
That's exactly right. It's hickory smoked bacon. But look at how beautiful this filet is on the inside.
Hello.
And of course, that beautiful hickory smoked bacon is just melting right into that filet. And that's just one of the many ways you can use this filet. And certainly, David, in honor of you, and I know your love of bacon, I thought, what better than to do something really, look at how simple that was.
Well, I'm flattered, sir. Thank you for that. That is so lovely. And I can tell you now that for the day, over 31,000 sets of steaks have been ordered. This is from Mr. Rastelli's Reserve Collection, so you should know that this is his top of the line. You should also be aware that this is something that will only be at this price until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. We are 3 hours into a 4-hour show. Make that 3 hours in 2 minutes, 3 minutes, beg your pardon. So we have 57 minutes left in this show. Don't miss out on your opportunity. Now is your time, because as we say, there is a full hour of Rastelli Meats coming up at 4, and then you've got Gourmet Holiday from 6 to 8. It's going to be a very busy evening for food and for Mr. Rastelli on QVC. Don't miss out on this opportunity, because now you've got an opportunity to bring home something spectacular. These steaks are going to be every bit as beautiful on your own tabletop as they are here in our studios. Remember that the best way to start, while you can grill these, and that's certainly fine, Mr. Rastelli will tell you, pan sear these on top of the stove and a little bit of that garlic herb butter, and then pop them into the oven, a 350 oven.
Yep.
And that's where you will let them rest or let them finish cooking.
Finish cooking there for about 5 minutes and you're ready to go. But look what I did here, David. I took one filet, just one, and I sliced it up into 8 slices. How about a filet mignon bruschetta? Look at how beautiful that is, right on top